Hello there and welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to be trying out the Venus Immortalis eyeshadow palette by Lime Crime. So ever since I first clapped eyes upon this palette before it was released, I knew that one day I would have it. I kind of knew that I would be able to resist it for a while, but then I knew deep down in my vagina that this palette would slide its way into my makeup drawer at some point. It was my birthday a couple of weeks ago, and I think I mistakenly, and I didn't mean to, erroneously. Anyway, I caused a little bit of confusion on Instagram because when I posted that I had this palette, I said that I bought it myself for a birthday present, and so then everyone was really kind and lovely saying happy birthday, and I was like, oh no, it was actually 2 weeks ago. I felt bad because I was thinking, oh my gosh, like that post was coming across as in like I wanted everybody to know it's my birthday, you must say happy birthday to me, but in fact it wasn't. It was a couple of weeks ago, and I do not really like having a birthday because it just means another year older. So now I'm 22 again, which, you know. So I resisted this palette for as long as my vagina could take it. I was cruising on the Look Fantastic website one day and this sexy little bitch was on offer. She usually costs £35. I got her for £28 and free delivery as well because it was over £25. So I was just like, how could I refuse this? I just felt like it was a birthday gift from the god of vaginas. The god of vaginas said, hey girl, you've been good this year, you've been fairly well behaved, I think I'm going to bless you with this palette on offer that you've been lusting after for so long. So I treated myself for my vagina to, I don't know, I keep talking about my vagina so much today. I think it because it was International Women's Festival the other day, and wow, that made me think of vaginas. So if you're not familiar with this palette, it is a very rare, unique thing in the beauty community these days because she is a cool toned palette. I just feel like the last thing any of us ever need is a release for a warm tone palette because there's just so many. But what do we not see? Cool tone palettes. I want cool tone palettes, if that's not clear. So this is what the eyeshadow palette looks like. It has a beautiful kind of a renaissance kind of look at the front. We've got this beautiful lady. I don't know what she's thinking about, probably her vagina. This palette is a lot smaller than I actually expected, but it's quite a chunky palette. It's cardboard. If we open her up to reveal the beauty that she is. So when I look at this palette, it makes me think gothic, grungy, cool toned, everything that's beautiful in life. It's such a unique palette, and I don't know why we don't have more cool tone palettes. I just don't know why. I think that the beauty community researchers, if that's such a thing, if it is, I want that job, but I think for whatever reason they have done some research and they think everybody must want warm tones. No, we don't. We do not. Am I alone on this, guys? Like, please let me know in the comments downstairs. Are you a warm toned or cool tone kind of girl? Like, what are you? I did go ahead and do some swatches this morning, so I'm going to show you the swatches, and as I do that I'm going to read you out the official description of this palette. So I took this description straight from the Look Fantastic website. An iconic era comes to a close. Long live Venus through the Lime Crime Venus Immortalis palette, and let grunge reign supreme. Immortalis is more than smoke and mirrors, delving deep into mysterious, shadowy tones. Like timeless wardrobe staples, black and white tones never die. This curated 8-pan palette boasts a range of grayscale, cool-toned hallelujah shades, enabling you to create divine, smoky looks for both day and night. The richly pigmented shadows feature 4 finishes to create textural depth and dimension with no fading or fallout. Creamy mattes blend seamlessly to create a soft smoke, while sheer shimmers offer... Oh, do you know what? I'm not a big fan of sheer shimmers. And actually, when I swatched the shimmers, they did not look sheer. Like, I definitely would not describe them as sheer. I think Lime Crime is underplaying the shimmers a bit here, but... Anyway, the shimmers provide a luminous... Oh, I can't say that word. The shimmers provide a luminous highlight to illuminate your eyes or command attention with the high definition, ultra reflective foil formula. So how can they be sheer but ultra reflective at the same time? I just do not get that. I would definitely say the ultra reflective foil formula definitely seems like a more appropriate description based on the swatches that I did. Get lost in the darkness hours and venture deep into the immortal realm with Lurk in the Unseen, a staple matte black, and Unveil a matte black brown. Echo is a reflective gunmetal silver foil to create a breathtaking spectral glow. Okay, and this is the bit where I feel like they are being a little bit overly dramatic, really. They're going for an Oscar with this one. To be immortal is to divinely thrive without end. Although her reign has ended, Venus will live on forever. Her infinite dynasty remains as bright as the hauntingly beautiful glow in the dark compact. Hold Immortalis to a luminous bulb for a few seconds. Wait a minute, I sense a science experiment here. Okay, so I believe that if you hold... I don't know what happens. Let's try it. I think if I switch off the lights and then hold a light up to the palette, it should glow like a neon green. Should we test this out? Like, this has nothing to do with the review, but let's try this out because it'll be fun. Okay, so lights are going off. Oh, I've got to actually get down here. Okay, it's not really very dark, is it, at all? But let's just test. Let's test this out. So we've got the palette. Do I have to get a light for my phone? Can you see? Do you know what, guys? I'm gonna have to try that one later because for whatever reason, I think it needs to be darker in here, unfortunately. You know, whenever I'm doing my videos, I spend my life just yearning for the best light ever, the brightest light ever. And now I'm just like moaning because, oh my gosh, it's not dark enough. I mean, really. Now that we've seen the swatches and we've heard the description of the palette, I think it's about time. It's about time that we dive right into it. So I have no idea what I'm going to be doing today, but we're going to be doing something. Like, something will be happening up on my eyes. So I've done my face, eyebrows, I've contoured, I've done everything. Well, not, I've barely done anything. But anyway, so I feel like today I'm going to begin with the shade. I think I'm going to begin. Oh my gosh, this is so tough. I think I will begin with the shade Marble, which is it kind of looks like a matte white, but it definitely has like little glitters in there. So I'm going to pop that up towards like my brow bone, just underneath my eyebrows. Ooh, I think that this actually looks really, really good. I'd say it's definitely extremely brightening. The glitter that's kind of infused within the powder is very subtle. It's not, you know, it's kind of not been overly done so that it just looks so glittery. It just looks very, very kind of demure, and it just adds a little bit of sparkle to the look, which I really, really like. And I also think that it makes the white pop, you know, a little bit more. So I am liking that so far. So next we are going to move on to the crease. So I think I'm going to actually begin strong. I'm going to literally hit the ground running today, and I'm going to go in with Unveil, which is a beautiful kind of deep plum matte. It looks so gorgeous. However, to prepare for this, because I am now a responsible eyeshadow blender, I'm going to pop on my little cheek shields because, you know, I've done my foundation and I kind of like it. I don't want to have like loads of powder under my eyes. So anyway, I'll just pop that there. I was going to put the other one on, but I thought, well, no, I'll pop that on later. I don't want to look like an absolute lunatic. Oh my gosh, I'm a bit nervous, you know, because I've just been dreaming about this palette for so long, and now it's here, and now I'm about to try her. I just feel a bit like, oh, overwhelmed. Just like, what if she's not as good as I've been imagining her to be, you know? You know that moment where, and believe me, it's been a long time, but you know when you've been kind of seeing someone and then it comes to that night where you know stuff is going to go down, and then you start worrying, thinking, oh my gosh, what if it's not going to be any good? What if they're going to have a tiny little thing and it's just not going to satisfy me at all? What do you think I'm talking about here? I'm obviously talking about when they cook for you and you're worried that the jacket potato is going to be too small, you know, because a girl's got to eat. A girl's got to have a big jacket potato. Do you know what I mean? Anyway, okay, so because I really don't know what this shadow's going to be like, I'm just going to go in with like a tiny brush to begin with, just so that I can kind of get the measure of it, and I can be quite specific with where I apply it, as opposed to going in with like a bigger brush, and I don't know, things could get crazy. So there she is. I'm just going to tap off the excess. And I'm going to use the mirror in the palette, so I'm going to just pull off the little protective bit and throw it over there. Okay, so I really like the colour of this shadow. It's definitely kind of coming through exactly how I would have expected, you know, from how it looks in the pan. The reason why I say that is because I find that sometimes, especially with like darker shadows, the colour, you know, once you've kind of blended it out on your lid, can look quite different to what it looks like, you know, when it's just kind of sat chilling in the pan. So I don't know what I'm doing here. I have no idea. This is like a whole new world for me. I'm just kind of going like this. I have no idea what I'm doing today, guys. But I think it's going to be fun. I've got a feeling as well that I'm going to be wearing this palette for the rest of the week. So I may, at the end of the video, just show you maybe some other looks that I create throughout the week. Just, you know, so that you can get a real kind of, you know, a real look into this palette, you know. Just so that you can get a really good look into the possibilities of this palette. So, okay, I've kind of done that, and I don't know what it is, but I've done it, and I kind of like it. I think that the shadow is definitely pigmented, but blends out beautifully, like so easily. I just love the shade, and I'm really liking what I've done. However, I have no idea where I'm going with this, so I think I may go in with Moth, which is an absolutely gorgeously unique, it's kind of like a satin shade, you know, like if you bought yourself a pair of satin pajamas and they were like champagne tone, almost beige, but then I can see hints of like a mauvey kind of undertone. It's super interesting. So I'm just going to dip the same brush in, and I'm just going to use that to kind of blend into the shadow. Oh wow, it has an absolutely like gorgeous duochrome aspect to it, because in the pan you look at it and you think, oh yeah, there she is, Mrs. Satin Pajamas, but like she definitely has, which I think you can kind of see, like a pink shift. Well, I was not expecting that. I just was not. but I'm in love. I am in love. So I'm going to take my brush and I'm going to kind of carry on the line that I've done with the plum. And I'm just kind of carrying that, you know, into the, oh shit, into the inner bit of my eye. It's a beautiful satin formula. Oh yes, bitch. Oh yes, bitch, yes. I'm just going to add a little bit more. So next I'm going to pop a little bit of the black matte. This is called Unseen. I'm going to just tap off the excess and I'm going to just put that right, like right at the bottom. Oh my gosh, this is such a beautifully pigmented black. Wow. Can you see that? Oh my gosh. And she's really, really easy to work with as well, which is a novelty, really. Oh my gosh, do you know what? I love this, and I know it looks really, really simple what I've done, but I'm kind of loving it so much. I kind of don't want to do anything else. I feel like that would be such a shit review though, because you want to see more, and I feel like this is not a lot. So don't worry guys, I am going to do more. I don't know what I'm going to do. I was planning on doing like a super grungy kind of eye look, but that doesn't appear to be happening right now. I think I'm kind of treading gently around this palette because I just feel like it's a queen. It's a queen palette. A palette I've been desiring for so long. But I'm going back into Unveil, which is the beautiful plum. And I'm just going to pack this on, because I want to get some more of this beautiful plum action happening. Next, I'm going to use the shade Echo, which is this beautiful foiled kind of champagne. Do you know what? I wish I could describe. I describe things. I wish I had like a dictionary in my head. Well, I mean, I kind of do because I can speak, so I have words in my head, but I wish I could just like describe things like a poet, honestly, but I can't. So I really, really like these two foiled metallics that are within the palette. I'm a bit confused as to like, well, I know what's matte and I think I know what's a shimmer. Like, I think the black, the plum, this kind of grey shade and the beige, I think that they are all mattes. I think that Moth is a shimmer, but it's kind of more of a satin, I would say. And then Hail and Echo are both foiled pigments, foiled metallics. Oh my gosh, I don't know, but they're kind of foiled, you know, and metallic looking. I like the fact that you've got like a silvery one, and then you've got more of a kind of champagne one. So, okay, guys, yeah, I'm going to go in with Hail, which, oh no, that's the more silver one. I'm going to go in with the Echo, I think. Yeah, I'm going to go in with Echo. Okay, so I'm going to get like a tiny, oh no, not that one. That's a eyebrow brush. Where's my tiny brush? Where is she? Where is she? I know she's in here somewhere. But where? I'm going to pick up a little bit of Echo up on my brush. Pop her up here. You know what? She is captivating. Absolutely captivating. Oh, so beautiful. Look at that. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I'm going to dip in with my finger just because I do find that these kind of foiled metallics generally do look a lot better when you apply them with your finger, just because you can apply a lot more pressure than you can with a brush. So I'm just kind of popping that on there like that. Oh my gosh, gorgeous. Possibly my new favourite foiled shimmery shadow. Right, I know. This is such a simple, basic kind of a look. And I was definitely intending to go much kind of grungier today. But I don't know, I just started off doing the line and then the shimmer, and I'm just kind of liking it. I'm going with the flow today. You know, I'm just unapologetic. Not really, because I'm apologising. I'm going to just go ahead. I'm going to take that off there. Okay, so we have this. Next, I'm going to do a little bit of under eye work. I'm going to make the under eye super smoky and super grungy to make up for the fact that I did not really go too grunge on the top. I'm going to go right in with Unseen under the eye, and then I'm going to blend it out with a bit of Unveil. I'm going to pop a little bit of Marble, which is the beautiful white matte with glitter. I'm going to pop that in my inner corner, and then I'm just going to kind of blend everything out. Okay, so I went ahead and applied a little bit of Moth over my under eye because I thought it was looking a little bit like intense, a little bit like severe. Yeah, so I've just popped a little bit of that just under there and just kind of blended it a little bit out to create a smoky illusion. I feel like this is kind of that eye kind of done. I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to do the other eye. I'm going to probably apply a little bit of eyeliner and mascara, maybe false lashes. I'm going to do my highlight, I'm going to do everything else, finish off the face, and then I'll be back to let you know what my first impressions of this palette were. And as I said, I am going to be probably using this palette over the next week, so I will pop in some footage at the end of this review just so that you can see what the kind of looks that I've created with the palette. Okay, so I have finished the look. What I realised after I had done my left eye was that, you know, when I put my cheek shield on this eye, I'd obviously put it like too high up so that the flick, you know, the definition was higher on this side and it was perfect on this side. So once I completed this side, I realised they do not match. They're lopsided. And there goes my whole master plan of having a defined flick. So unfortunately that did not work out. I would like to be able to say that I will learn from that so that it won't happen again next time, but knowing me, it probably will happen again next time. So this is the final look. I do feel like my eyes, then like I just said, they're not perfectly matched. It's not my finest work, but I love the look. I love the look. I can't not love the look, even though it does look like two different eye looks on either eye. But I was really keen just to come back and give you my thoughts after having used this palette for the very first time. Overall, so impressed with everything. I would definitely say that this eyeshadow palette has met and exceeded even my preconceived dreamy notions about it. The palette was everything that I hoped it would be and more. I found the mattes just so easy to work with, super pigmented, but they just blended out seamlessly to create a very kind of smoky look, which I really like. I thought that the foiled metallics, well, I mean, I only tried one, but I thought it was beautiful. And I can tell by the swatches of the more silvery one that they're the same formula. So I'm pretty sure that that one's going to be just as good as this one. I love the aubergine shade. I am sorry that I didn't actually get to try the shade Ash, which is a bluey kind of grey. I think it's described as being like a slate grey. I'm sorry I didn't get to try that today, but maybe tomorrow. I mean, there's always tomorrow. I will be working my way through all of the shades soon. I think my favourite shade, the shade that I actually found surprised me the most, is this shade here, which is called Moth. It just has the most beautiful duochrome undertone of pink. It's absolutely beautiful. Definitely not something that I would have realised, you know, from just seeing like images of the palette. And even when I swatched the palette, I didn't really notice too much because apparently I'm just like super unobservant. But I really liked how it looked on the eye. I love the look, even though my eyes, they do not match. Like, I love each eye individually. I am just so excited about playing around with this palette again. I think that's the true test of how much you love an eyeshadow palette. It's when you've tried it for the first time and you are already coming up with ideas as to what kind of looks you want to create, or, you know, you're even tempted just to wipe it all off and just start again, just for the hell of it, because you're just so happy with the palette. If you've been eyeing up this palette, if you're a cool tone babe, look, we've got visitors. We have beautiful visitors who have come.
Yeah.
That's my other mirror. What have you guys been up to?
Good.
Have you been watching the football match?
No.
So yeah, I would definitely recommend this palette to you if you've been eyeing it up. As I know a lot of you have been, I would just say go for it. Just treat yourself, because I can't imagine that you would be disappointed. So anyway, I'm going to go now, but I probably am going to fill in. What's the word? Not fill in. Put in. Why can I not think of this word? I'm going to input. Why can I not think of this word? I'm going to include. I think that was the word. Anyway, nobody cares at this point. I'm going to include some footage of some other looks that I've created with this palette now, so that you can see what else she can do. Okay, so it's the day after filming my first impression of this beautiful palette, and I've once again just created a look which I really love. And just to further my comments from yesterday, I had just as much fun using the eyeshadows today as I did yesterday. Found them just as easy, just as pigmented, just as soft and buttery and smooth, pigmented, easy to blend, all of the above. My feelings of love for this palette are growing. They are growing. So today I got to use Ash, which is the beautiful slate grey, and it was everything that I expected it to be and so much more. So I've used that underneath my eyes and in my crease and the outer vagina, just kind of blended it out to produce like a soft grey smoky look, and it's the perfect grey. I used Moth again just on the lid, and I just think that's created the most beautiful Renaissance look. I look at that shade and I think Renaissance, and I don't even really know what Renaissance means, but it makes me think of that. I've put the gorgeous silvery metallic Hail shade on my inner corners and just slightly under my eye as well. Even at this point, I'm kind of thinking, which shadow should I use tomorrow? Oh, I've just remembered as well. I put Cameo, which is this kind of stony colour. I put that up to my brow bone just to add a little bit of highlight. And what's surprising about this shade is it actually comes off as looking like white, really, like a soft, I call it bridal white, very soft and flattering white. It actually looks more like a bony, well, it doesn't I don't know. Yeah, it does. It looks a bit like a bony shade, but it was the perfect under eyebrow highlighting tone, I feel. Hello, so it's day 3. I just wanted to show you my eye look. Now this is, yeah, I think the 3rd time I've used the palette. I don't know, I'm losing track honestly. But today I used the beautiful kind of, I thought it was like a plum colour, but now it's looking more brown. I just don't know, but anyway, I used that colour. I know this is not very helpful, but I used like the plummy colour that I used in the first try on. And then I used the beautiful matte white shade, which has a little hint of kind of, you know, sparkle. I used that just like on my lid, and I'm really loving the look of this. I just feel like it just opened up my eyes. It just makes my eyes look like so bright. This is probably my favorite look that I've created with this palette, and this is definitely one that I think I'm just going to be wearing all the time. So as always, like, I'm loving the palette. I'm still loving it. I'm going to get this video edited now and put up, so I probably won't do any more updates, but I hope that you've enjoyed the video. I 100% wholeheartedly recommend that you try this palette if you're a fan of cool tones, or if you've been lusting after it like I had, then I really don't think you'd be disappointed. The formula is brilliant, the quality is brilliant, and the shades are a lot more multifaceted than you can really kind of gauge in the photos. So yeah, I love the palette. But anyway, I'm going to go. Thank you so much for watching the video, and I will see you in the next video, probably still in this same top. I mean, really, guys. Anyway, bye.